Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bridget Morris, and I talk about things that are specific carbohydrate diet friendly, and I also touch on keto and gluten-free. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing, the red button below. I would really appreciate it. Something else that I do put on the screen is my Instagram account. So there's a lot of behind the scenes of my YouTube channel, but I also just daily pictures, things that I eat, or just information about just Crohn's disease or just, anything like that. Just go check it out, support a friend. Today's video is actually part 2 of a 2-part series that I will be talking about homemade yogurt. So if you haven't checked part 1, please go ahead and check it out. I talk about bacteria, the benefits of homemade yogurt, and making homemade yogurt. In today's video, I will be showing you the process of making the actual yogurt. The process is really, really easy, and I hope that it'll be inspiring you to try it yourself. So if you want to learn how to make specific carbohydrate diet homemade yogurt, please keep watching. Hey everyone, so this is my yogurt maker. I got it on Amazon about 7 years ago and I paid about $35, and it's pretty much the same price right now. So you can see here they're all individual cups made of glass, and then the lid is made of plastic. So when you put them in, they're all loose, and that's the heating plate at the bottom. There's 7 cups that come with it. And I also bought an extra set of cups in case one breaks, or also when I'm starting to get close to running out, I can easily do another batch. This is the milk that I'll be using, so it's whole organic milk. And then my chobani, that will be the yogurt starter. So you can see here, this is Greek plain yogurt, very important. And it does have the minimum of at least 3 active bacterial culture. All right, so I hope you're ready to make some yogurt with me today. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to have a pot with high walls, just because you're going to be boiling it, and the milk actually does expand and you don't want it to be overflowing. So first thing we're going to do is turn the heat on and pour the milk into our pot. So my 7 containers actually take a total of 5 cups, which is less than a full carton of milk. But for today, I was going to do extra because the extra milk my stepdaughter and husband were going to be using for some hot chocolate. So you could always do that as a little treat for your kids. So the one thing that you want to remember is you want to make sure that your milk doesn't burn at the bottom. So you're going to have to be continuously stirring your milk very gently. So you can see here, I'm just continuously stirring. So why don't you just come over closer so you can see what it looks like. So I want to show you in detail the changes that the milk will have. So you can see here right now, it just doesn't look very different than just regular milk. As the milk will be boiling or getting warmer and warmer, you're going to see that it's going to start foaming and it's going to start expanding. All right, so here you can see how it's starting to bubble just a little bit, but if you look around the edges, how this foam is kind of sticking to the walls, that means that it's starting to get warmer. So as I'm stirring, I'm trying to unstick it. So again, continuously stirring the milk. All right, so now you can see here, there's a layer of foam, so that's good. You don't want to be bringing your milk to a full boil. You want to catch it right before it hits the boiling point. So you're going to see the milk starting to move like little bubbles. So that's going to be the indicator that it's almost at a boil. So the frothier the milk will become, the hotter it is. So you see how there's kind of froth. So we're not there yet. And you can see how it's starting to expand just a little bit. All right, now how I turned off the heat, because that's where it was getting to boil. So you can see how it really frothed in that fraction of a second. If you leave it on the heat for too long, it will expand and it will go overboard, and it's a hot mess to clean it up. So at this point, you basically killed up all the bacteria in your milk. So now you have to let the milk cool down. So I'm stirring it up, but a lot of people, what they do is you can bring it into your sink and you can roll cold water in it, or if you're in the winter time, you can also put it outside in the snow. So this is a thermometer, and I would strongly recommend investing in a thermometer. So I'm going to just show you really quickly what the temperature is. So you can see here it's approximately 80 degrees Celsius, or about 175 Fahrenheit. So you want to get that down to about 110, 115 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 45 degrees Celsius. That's going to be the ideal temperature where the bacterial culture that you will introduce will be able to replicate or reproduce without killing it. All right, so this is the milk all cooled down to the perfect temperature. So you can see here the thermometer is going up to approximately 46, 47 degrees Celsius. So that's good. Perfect. So now we're going to go on to putting the milk in our individual containers. So at this point, you're going to need a bowl, but I'll be using a Pyrex dish, something similar size, a funnel to make it easier to pour the milk into the containers, a spoon, a ladle, and then let's not forget our yogurt starter, which is the yogurt. So I'm just double checking again the temperature. So now from here, you're going to be taking some of this milk and put it into your bowl, or like I'm doing here. You want to take quite a bit because we're going to be taking the yogurt starter and we're going to be putting in there and making sure that it's all dissolved. So the more liquid that there is in there, the easier it is to dissolve and mix it. So I'm using just half of this yogurt. You could use the whole yogurt, but I'm going to be keeping the other half to start my next batch in about 5 days' time. All right, so I'm going to be using this little beater to make sure the yogurt is perfectly dissolved. You don't want to have any clumps. So here I'm mixing really well. All right, so when that's done, so you're just going to go ahead and carefully put it back into the big milk jar and just stir it up really well so it's all evenly mixed, because you do want that yogurt, the bacterial culture, to be present in all of your jars. All right, now from here, we're going to be pouring the milk into our individual cups. So I noticed that it was much easier to have a funnel just because it's just much less messier, less pickup. If you have an easier method, by all means, go ahead and use that. Also, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going to put any milk on the outside of the jar, just because when you're going to put it in the yogurt maker, that's also going to be turning into yogurt, and it can have some kind of a smell, like a yogurt smell. Now we're on to the last one. So what I like to do at this point is look to see if I need to top off any of them. So just add a little bit. The yogurt will not expand, so whatever you see in your jar is what you're going to have. So you can fill it all the way up to the top and it's going to be fine. So these are all the jars into the yogurt maker. You can see that they're all loose, and you do not want to be putting the lids on the individual jar. You want to leave them open. So we're just going to go ahead and plug it in and get it started. And just turn it on. There you go. And then you want to put the lid on, and then you're going to leave it for 24 hours. All right, so this is what it looks like after 24 hours. You can see the condensation, which is perfectly normal. So we're going to go ahead, turn off this machine, and take out the individual jars. All right, so you can see here how it didn't expand. This is what the yogurt looks like. I'm trying to get a good view of it so you can just kind of see the texture. So So the jars are going to be quite warm just because they were at that temperature. And see how that water is coming in from the jar? That is perfectly normal as well. So see how you have some lines on the side of the jar? Again, that's perfectly normal. This looks like perfect yogurt to me. So with this spoon, see the consistency? So it was liquid, now it's more of like this gelatin base. This is perfect yogurt. And there you go, guys. That is how you make the specific carbohydrate diet friendly homemade yogurt. I really hope that it inspired you to try it. You'll see, as you saw, that it was really easy to make, but the benefits are absolutely incredible to the body, specifically with Crohn's or IBD or IBS patients. So please check out part 1 of this 2-part series because I do explain and do go over those benefits. So thank you so much for the support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and tell your friends about this channel if you feel as though they would benefit from it. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.